CHNS AM 96 presents Micro Minute with Thorne Riddell microcomputer expert Jim Carroll.
If you've ever spent much time around computers, you've probably noticed that the folks that work with them have a language all their own. Bits, bytes, nibble, interface, and bugs. In fact, though, most of the computer jargon has been developed from simple origins. Take computer bugs, for example. In the mid-1940s, one of the first computers was being tested in the U.S. The machine was bulky and, in fact, occupied most of the floor space in the large room in which it was kept. That computer had about the same amount of power as one of today's microcomputers, which can be operated from a desktop. The circuits of the first computers consisted of vacuum tubes similar to what might be found in an old radio. There were also metal contacts which would open and close to let an electronic signal pass through. One day during a test, the computer suddenly stopped. This was fairly common and usually meant a blown tube. This time, however, the problem was traced to a moth which had somehow become caught on one of the contact switches. Once the moth was removed, the computer worked fine. As was the habit, the problem was documented in the logbook, noting that it was a bug which had been the problem. Since then, the term computer bug has been used to symbolize any problem arising with a computer. I'm Jim Carroll with Thorne Riddell Chartered Accountants in Halifax.
CHNS AM 96 presents Micro Minute with Thorne Riddell microcomputer expert Jim Carroll.
I'm really not up to a history lesson, but so many of us seem to think of computers as a new invention that I think it would be interesting to take a few pages from the diary of computer development. Actually around for about 40 years, computers have developed probably faster than any other invention in history. Computers are one of the few products manufactured where the price continues to drop instead of going up. It is often said that if the automobile industry had advanced at the same rate that computers have, today we'd be paying just pennies for cars that could reach speeds of thousands of miles an hour and would get hundreds of miles to the gallon. The first production model computer, developed in 1946, was so large it took up 1,500 square feet. That's virtually the living space of a small house. It weighed 30 tons and took so much power that they say the lights of Philadelphia dimmed when it was turned on. Its tubes failed at the rate of 1 every 7 minutes. Today, we have personal computers available at 1,000th of the cost, yet they have hundreds of more times power and can fit on your kitchen table. And these computers are reliable to the point where they can be used for years without a breakdown. Let's look at speed. Computers process information in their memories. When computers were first developed, their speed was measured in seconds or millionths of a second. The modern computers are so fast that in some cases, speed is measured in the trillionths of a second. It's hard to believe that all this has happened in just over 40 years. I'm Jim Carroll with Thorne Riddell Chartered Accountants in Halifax.
CHNS AM 96 presents Micro Minute with Thorne Riddell microcomputer expert Jim Carroll.
Most have heard the terms hardware and software. I know, computer buzzwords, but let's take a look at what these ones mean. The term hardware simply means all the physical parts of the computer. The actual main computer unit, which contains the brain or silicon chip, is hardware. Other devices in the main unit, which control the computer and help move the information around, are also part of the hardware. There is usually a keyboard similar to that of a typewriter and a screen which is similar to or can actually be a TV screen. If the information is required on paper, a printer is used. To save or store information, a floppy disk or similar unit is also used. All of this is known as the hardware. With simply these items, though, a computer would only be pieces of plastic and metal. The computer needs instructions to tell it what to do. These instructions are the software. In a nutshell, software is the set of electrical codes which tell the machine what to do. Of course, there's different software for different jobs. For example, the software for a video game tells the computer what to show on the TV screen and which way to move Pac-Man when the handle is activated. It's really quite simple. Hardware is the actual machine and software is the instructions to run the machine. If you can kick it, it's hardware. If you can't, it's software. I'm Jim Carroll with Thorne Riddell Chartered Accountants in Halifax.
CHNS AM 96 presents Micro Minute with Thorne Riddell microcomputer expert Jim Carroll.
So, you're planning to buy a microcomputer. Before you buy, you may want to consider this. Buying a micro is like buying anything. You'll want to be sure of the benefits you'll get for your money. to be sure the dollars you are spending are really worth it. There are 3 types of benefits you can look at to help measure the potential benefit against the cost. Direct benefits could be additional sales or better sales efforts as a result of better information. For example, better communications might allow you to concentrate your sales efforts on those areas which